is fun, right? But where does the business decision lie?
Okay.
Right? Why are we building this?
Okay. Interesting.
I think one question which a lot of developers don't fail to ask, or probably don't ask, is why am I doing this? Why is this required? Right? So a developer never sort of says that, or never used to say, okay, or I would speak for myself. Right? I would never really ask, why are we doing this? What is the revenue? Or why are we? How will the user sort of get impacted if we do this change? Right? And I think having that experience, the prior experience, right, that made me question what we were doing here. Right? And that is where I would be able to ask slowly. And it doesn't happen on day one. You never go to a company and say, hey, why are you doing this? Right?
They not even answer.
Yeah. Some of them might not even answer. Right? Like, because we said so.
We said so.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So, I never did it initially. But, as things progressed, people knew me. I was comfortable. I asked those questions. And those questions were the tipping point for me to go to the next role, right? Okay, which my manager saw in me. He said, "See, okay, things are going great. Why don't you sort of move to a design role and move there, see how you can turn things around?" And pretty much my first thing to do out there was to build a design system. Right. Wow. And for me, building a design system for different brands, we had Razorpay, we had, not Razorpay, HostGator, we had, please cut that. We had HostGator, we had Bluehost, we had Big Rock. All of these different brands, right, across the world have different languages, right? They speak different languages, although they're selling a similar kind of product, right? So you have to create a design system, a design language for all of these different brands, right? Not only for external customers, for internal customers as well. I think that was my learning point of what design really is, right? Because it was just not design in isolation. It was designing in collaboration and bridging the gaps with development. So whatever design system that we built in design got migrated to development. So basically we created a system for them where developers could just copy and they would have all the design system in their file. They don't have to recreate or reinvent the wheel. Which definitely later on, which got improved by using SAS and IS and all of these things, right? So, so coming back to that whole transition. Right? So I think that was the learning point, and I think that was my journey for getting into the roles of a shoes into a designer. And then again, I started from ground zero. I think my years of experience of dev work was sort of not really applying here a lot, right? Although I was able to build logical layouts, and that logic you can transmit, but a lot of things you have to relearn, right? You have to unlearn first, and then you have to relearn, right? I think that's the phase that I went through. I had a good mentor back in Direct. I learned a lot from him, and then slowly I started managing a team. After I think towards the end of my stint with them, I was managing a team of 4 or 5 people, and great designers. The whole design team was really nice, And we built more than design team. We built what I would like to say is a family. Like you build relationships, you don't build designs.
Absolutely.
So, which took me to my next company, which was BrowserStack. And BrowserStack was, am I supposed to speak about BrowserStack?
Yeah, of course. Sure. You haven't mentioned it on LinkedIn, but it's okay.
Alright. So BrowserStack was my next gig. Wow. And BrowserStack, the reason is because tech and design. It's one of the very few companies who take tech and design hand in hand, right? Because so they have a very interesting product, right? Which is a very unique product, and it's one of its kind, right? Not saying that there are not different companies who are trying to do that, but not at that level that they are at, right? Plus, the design language is I would definitely match it as an Atlassian or a GitHub, right? At that par they are at, right? Because they're used by developers, so it's the same kind of audience using it.
Right.
So I met with my mentor there, like Ali Atawala. He's a friend, a mentor, and a brother. I see him with those eyes, and he trained me to sort of understand what design really is, or what the space really is, right? He introduced me to the right norms, to the right people, and I think that is where I truly understood, okay, what is beyond just the PhD or probably
aesthetics.
Yeah. What is beyond that? I think that was my learning point, and that is how I